Word on the street is that things are already over for the smiling friends. It just doesn't even feel like these funny little guys have been around very long. But they've been making me rafflecopter all over the house for 6 years now. The pink gumball, a yellow anthropomorphic lemon, and most important of all, our beloved red string bean. Now they must all be sacrificed to the fire gods of adult animated comedy. I didn't think about how much more boring this bit would be with an electric stove. Homosexuals? In my funny grinning pals show? Yeah, it's more likely than you think. One aspect of Smiling Friends that I find particularly interesting is how it connects to all sides of the culture war. Anti-woke warriors who got all their opinions from the billionaire Epstein class see it as a show that's completely destroyed woke via its lack of clearly labeled minority characters. It's just a bunch of characters who can be funny, and none of the main cast are even women! A huge win for people who never shower. Meanwhile, you have reasonable people who actually respect the existence of others and us queers who can appreciate how malleable the characters are. Of course, it's second in line to how constantly laugh-out-loud funny and silly the show is, but it's just another factor of what makes this show so great. Just an example, we know Charlie is in an active relationship with his GF Zoe, but that doesn't stop him from nearly getting freaky with the soon but yet to be deceased Mip in the Enchanted Forest episode. It's not a good look for Charlie considering he almost cheated on Zoe here, but that's kinda the point. Smiling Friends keeps us focused on what's best for crafting a good joke in the moment. What's technically canon in these guys' personal lives is rarely ever that relevant. It's their basic personalities that drive the things they do, so the writers can kinda just make shit up as they go along. All that being said, one character seems to give off more bisexual vibes than the rest, aside from maybe Mr. Boss.
Huh? Oh yeah, I knew that was a guy in a costume the entire time. I don't care about that.
The fan favorite critter, Allan Red. This dude is red as hell. Redder than my copy of Snafu for the Intellivision, if you can believe it. And that's pretty fucking red. Okay, we got the funny haha lols out of the way. We need to get serious about the bye toothpick. It's just a fact that Allan's had way more gay moments than the rest of the cast. First and foremost, he called the mole man's super huge private part delicious. Now, to be fair, being attracted to somebody's super huge private isn't automatically gay. We girls can have those things too, but his name literally has man in it. So Allan is basically telling Pim and Charlie that he's salivating over another man's ween. There's nothing straight about that red boy. Of course, he also famously used his super huge mouth part to lick up cookie crumbs off of Mr. Boss's shockingly toned stomach.
Allan, we are so
gay. Now you might be thinking, come on, Renni, is it really gay for a guy to lick cookie crumbs off a bro's stomach? Maybe not. Maybe you and your bros are confident enough in your collective heterosexuality to vacuum crumbs off your homies' stomachs. Perhaps you can even do it shirtless, without letting a single gay thought cross the mind. However, the one element that kills the straight crumb licking theory is Mr. Boss's pleasured moaning. If it wasn't a sexual experience for Allan, then it clearly was for Mr. Boss. And I know Mr. Boss is a weird guy, but I hope he'd at least be conscious about Allan's consent in that scenario. And if that wasn't good enough proof for you, you greedy little Allan gay moments enthusiasts, lest we forget that there were signs of Allan's queer side as early as the first episode. Allan had zero hesitation sucking on another man's nose, and while it admittedly wasn't his finest moment, considering Charlie later made it very clear that he was uncomfortable with the gesture, Allan also seems to be rather comfortable dressing in what would traditionally be labeled as women's clothing, like the time he dressed up as a girly anime character for a convention. Let me be super clear about this one though. Cross-dressing is really cool, and even cis straight people should never feel shamed for giving it a try. A guy in a dress? Yes, please.
Lady, if you don't find a rabbit with lipstick amusing, you and I have nothing to say to each other.
But I'd say on average that queer folks tend to be a little more open to dressing in ways that aren't traditionally associated with the sex they're born into. So we can consider that another potential clue on the gagometer. On a side note, I remember seeing a few folks claiming that this creepy dude who harasses Allan also wearing a dress at the con came off as queer-phobic, but that argument flies out the window the millisecond you remember the fact that respectable member of society Allan Red is literally wearing the same exact kind of outfit.
Me was born this way.
And that's why the red smiling creature is the best character of all time.
Fuck yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Officer Copperfield!
Oh, no. He's a distant cousin of mine. You can actually tell I'm a different character because of the different glasses. Renni, Ultra Fox? I'm Officer Straight and Narrow with the Gay Police. We have a warrant out for your arrest for incorrectly depicting this perfectly straight red fellow as a homosexual when you have zero evidence of his gayness.
Wait, thinking fictional characters are queer is illegal now?
Yeah, crazy illegal. And by the way, we all know that he banged a woman in his apartment in his solo adventure as straight as it gets. Now you stay here while I find cuffs small enough for those tiny little paws of yours. I'm confiscating this.
While our man of the law here digs through his purse, let's quickly talk about that woman in Allan's apartment.
What did you say about me? I am a very normal, straight man. As straight as they come, by gum. I would never wear something as feminine as a purse. Am I gonna have to double arrest your ass?
Slender penis.
What?
Okay, so I'm adding this bit in post. So I was a fucking idiot for starting this video out before the final episodes aired, because of course they had to throw a huge wrench into how I approached Allan's sexuality in this video. Originally, I focused way harder on the probability that Allan could be completely gay, along with the idea that he could just as easily be bisexual. Reason being, his disinterested response to the woman in his apartment made me think that there was a possibility he might not be into women at all.
Oh, Allan, last night was amazing.
Okay.
But the final episode's B-plot just had to feature Allan going on a date with a beautiful woman. Of course, it just fucking had to.
Oh, you gods! My roast is ruined!
While as a fan of him, I felt really happy for him, and it means that I could have a chance with the sexy red beast. Ooh. This episode completely confirms that canonically, Allan is either straight or bi. But personally, I still believe he has gotten into way too many gay shenanigans to be straight. In my opinion, he still's gotta be bi. There's a hilarious twist in the episode that the girl he was dating was actually his deranged landlord the entire time, but Allan literally was not aware that he was dating a man in disguise, so it was certainly, undeniably, a woman that was exciting his super huge private.
My date turned out to be my landlord and he tricked me and I got a red rocket from him.
Yeah, no straight man is ever going to spout something like that unironically.
So, look, all I'm saying is that this red guy has gotta be bi. All the clues I could find point to that probably being the case. I know my examples are few in number, but I'm hitting you with the hardest evidence I possibly can. But I also don't want to make assumptions based on the way someone talks or conducts themselves. That just isn't fair. I had to stick just to the cold, hard facts.
Oh yeah? And what does it matter if he's gay? Or, say, me, for that matter.
Exactly. It doesn't. And if he is, that's just a little more representation for us silly little queers to enjoy. If somehow it's confirmed that he's the straightest red banana to ever walk the streets of Pennsylvania, then, oh well. What matters is what fans see in the character, and what they can get out of him as a fan.
Huh. I never thought of it that way.
Really? Any of these guys could be queer in some way. We really don't know, but it's a lot more fun to theorize that a few of them could be, rather than just assuming they're all cis straight guys. But again, it's not like what's canon even matters that much in the grand scheme of things. Whether you simply enjoy this show, or any other piece of media really on a surface level, or you like to project elements of yourself that you see in a character, or even just want to see in a character, as long as everybody stays respectful of each other and chill, then I think it's something that can make everybody smile.
People can think whatever they want about these characters. Let people have fun and see a little piece of themselves in their favorite characters, officer. The straights have so many characters to choose from. You can let us have something too. There's really no need to take away from what little we have.
You know what, little blue wolf thingy? You're right. I gotta be confident in my own straightness and stop worrying about what all you BLT folks think about my favorite characters. You're free to go. Oh, by the way, I love the sandwiches.
Wow, a comp with a heart? Who knew?
Oh, no. This change of heart is only happening for the sake of plot convenience. You would not be able to make videos in prison, young lady.
Hey Renni, this display is cool and all, but you're kind of cluttering up the room and I need to start setting up my Christmas decorations.
Christmas? But it's April.
Give it to me.
Is this good fan service?
I think it is, but they don't need to watch the whole thing, right? Yeah, more. Yummy in my tummy.